Hey, you stumbled across Mr. Spiffy video. Buckle on up. We're going in for a crazy ride.
So I've had a little bit of emergency. Something didn't work out with the video that I had planned. I was going to do a very unprofessional version of commentating on a Smash match between me and my friends, and I was going to try to make it funny between my two characters. But that was not the case. It'll come down later in the coming weeks or so when I figured out what has the problem. So I'm going to freeball this video and talk about something that has been on my mind recently since I've been doing a watch through of Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild. Fine game. Very fine game. There's, Link almost died. He's been asleep for 100 years, yada, yada, yada. Let me point out something very specific, and it's his Sheikah Slate. What the Sheikah Slate is like a tablet, hard, because the Wii U had a tablet, and they were trying to link the two things together, and so-called it happened to fit with the Switch. The Sheikah Slate gives you a couple of important items, whether it's a square or cube bomb, a round bomb that able to roll, stasis, you can stop in time and influence trajectory and things of the sort. You can also freeze pillars of ice in the water, so it gives you a path, and you can freeze multiple things over and over again. And you can have a camera where you can take silly selfies or take things so you can learn the lore or names of various objects and things of the sort. Now this Sheikah Slate is the whole reason why the inventory system in Ocarina of Time or Skyward Sword or Twilight Princess or any other Zelda game for that matter has been replaced. You have iconic items like the boomerang or your Master Sword or the two other swords that normally progress up to the Master Sword. They're all replaced with breakable swords, breakable boomerangs, breakable items, and things of the sort. Why is that? Simple, easy reason. If you can have a whole giant list of weapons and stuff like that, it brings a lot more variety to the game, and it brings the game back to life. But I can argue that there's some things that are just too important to get rid of, the main thing being the hook shot. How are you going to get rid of the hook shot or the long shot from Ocarina of Time or the claw shot from Twilight Princess when the game has so much emphasis on exploration and the rain and the winds and all this stuff, and you can't, you have to do everything with your finger strength, Link's finger strength, your stamina, and all that kind of stuff. It would have been a great tool to have to put in the Sheikah Slate. It has like an energy bar or something, just like a stamina wheel, and you can shoot it at various distances, and you can get up to a certain spot faster or higher, because at one point at a time in the game, when you want to get somewhere high, it gets kind of tedious. I know you have Rivali's Gale and all that, but you can only use it once or twice before it has to recharge for 10-15 minutes at a time. A hook shot would be very good in terms of movement. I, for the life of me, cannot wonder or think of a reason why they would get rid of such an important item. It's been part of this for a while. I know they gave Link the ability to jump, but the ability to slingshot yourself all the way to the other side or something, because if I remember right, there's two particular shrines that are on top of two mountain peaks that if you mistime your jump or you fell down to the bottom, you would have to climb all the way back up. A hook shot would solve that problem indefinitely. You got to one shrine, you use a hook shot, fly to the other side of the mountain, and get to that shrine. And both shrines were connected to each other, so you would have to remember the puzzle and get to the other one, put the puzzle in, answer that puzzle, and then the other shrine would unlock, if I remember correctly. It would at least been a good thing as a end of game type item if they really wanted you to have the emphasis on exploring and all that kind of stuff. The same way you can get the DLC horse armor that it would teleport to you or things of the sort, so that it'd be easier for you. And I just seem to know why they would take out such an important item and yet have items like the fire rod or the ice rod or a lightning rod. It give Link's the ability to swim faster and all this kind of stuff, but not the ability to zip from point to point to make Link's travels easier, especially in such a vast land of this version of Hyrule. Now, if you guys can come up with a reason and tell me why, or if they purposely left it out, like if they're gonna bring it in Breath of the Wild 2, you know, not put all your tricks into one game, then I guess that's a reason right there. But that's also another reason that somebody out on the internet's gonna complain about. And you know how the internet is. Come on. Someone's not going to be happy with the game. Oh, it's not all it's cracked up to be. It's overrated. It's not the best game ever. Blah, blah, blah. Zelda Breath of the Wild has earned its right to be top dog the way it has this generation. There's a couple of things that has always crossed my mind. Like, why did they get rid of it? Why did they do this? Why did they do that? For instance, they had Link's clothes change, which is cool. I like the design. I like the new hairstyle. I like the different things that this clothes can do. But they got rid of some of the OG clothes. Like in this game, you can wear chic style clothes and it increase your stealth. You can wear fireproof armor, but you already had the red tunic, which made you fireproof. What was the point in that? You know what I mean? Or there's complete lack of underwater sections, which other Zeldas had with the iron boots. But if you were to wear iron boots, would they break? Or yeah, there's certain things that are missing in this game that I'm sure they're probably gonna add in Breath of the Wild too. But it kind of calls the question, why didn't they just put it in this game? I know I'm nitpicking, but going back to like food items in OG games, Moo Moo milk was important. You can't even get milk in this. I mean, you can make fish, you can make fruit kebabs, you can make steak, you can make rice and all that kind of stuff. But it'd be a nice little Easter egg or callback if you could walk up to a cow, play a song, or do something with the cow, or just straight up milk it and you can put it in a bottle and, you know, get milk that way. And it'll have the same effect as the other games. And, you know, fans would appreciate that attention to detail. There's always been some type of music instrument or something that has to do with music or something that would influence the theme or the tone of the overall game. Now this game is quite quiet, which has an emphasis on the Silence Princess flower, but it would be nice if there was some callbacks or just an Easter egg. Or I know the whole point of this video is to nitpick at this point, but if you could find an ocarina or a harp or hear a wolf at night howling some of the OG songs, I'm sure people would really be happy with that kind of stuff. Or just hear the overall soundtrack. Some soundtracks don't play long enough for you to enjoy them. I enjoy the soundtrack a lot. I go out of my way to listen to the OST on YouTube, and there's things you can only hear via YouTube because the song stops playing in game and then the game goes back to being quiet totally. And it's a little jarring, but it keeps you in the mood at the same time. Now, like always, Breath of the Wild 2 has been announced, and there's rumors, there's speculation, like always. People think that you're going to be Link and Zelda, it's going to be a co-op game and all this kind of stuff. Now, everything I just, quote-unquote, complained about could be fixed, quote-unquote. There's nothing wrong with the game at all. I just thought here and there that, you know, this would make it less taxing, less, what's the word? Less taxing. And they could very well add all of this into the second game and make it that much better. And then things that are missing from that game, they can add to another one. Maybe this could be an actual like trilogy or a saga of Zelda games, which would be unheard of because every Zelda game stands alone. You know what I mean? Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, they use the same assets, but they're totally two different stories. Twilight Princess is a different story. Wind Waker is a different story. Phantom Hourglass, different story. This one seems like it's the same characters, same timeline, same story. So maybe they'll just learn more about the roots or invent a hook shot, or even in the age of technology find a different way to use a hook shot using the Sheikah Slate, or they'll fix anything they saw wrong and have more options and more things. That's the greatness of a sequel. But the thing about a sequel is it's very hard to live up to the hype of the first game. So, you know, these are just my random thoughts about the game and what could have been done to make it better, or, you know, maybe worse than your idea. I'm not a know-it-all. This is why I like talking about this kind of stuff. What do you guys think? This is just a quick thought put together type video, and it's just been on my mind for a while, and I would like to hear your thoughts. What would you think would improve the first one that could be incorporated into the second game? This has been Mr. Spiffy 5. Have a good one.
Wow, back. Remember, if you like the content, subscribe. If you really like the content, give that bell a good old ring-a-ding-ding. Until next time, guys, this has been a Mr. Spiffy 5 video. Game over.
Lego.